This is the show for the stoners, for the cool cats, for the misfits. Welcome back to D.O.U.G Talks, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the next greatest podcast of all time. I'm your host, Dougie McDoubles, and today I have one of the greatest guests of all time. I have someone that, in a newfound friendship, we met each other at work and we fell in love. It's a meet cute like 22 Jump Street. We got Danny in this mug. How are you, my friend?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good, man. I'm glad to be here.
It's an honor to have you here. Truly. You came in, you liked the studio, you immediately scoped it out, you had respect for it. Like, it's an absolute honor to have you on the podcast. It being an honor to have you on the podcast, we do this for every episode and every guest. I need you, my friend, to sign the table.
Sign? All right. Yeah, you got it, man.
Yes, sir. Sign it. That is where the guests sit, so that is where everyone signs.
Take me back to my tagging days.
Exactly.
All right.
Have fun with it, man. Do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining in to D.O.U.G Talks. I'm your host, Dougie McDoubles, and today we're going over all kinds of crazy things from music to superheroes and all kinds of fan questions that you have sent in specifically for this guest that I have them written down, and I cannot wait. So, without further ado, let's get right into this episode. So, my friend, it has been a long time coming. We've been friends for 5 months. You my dog. I truly respect your opinion. I just showed you an early mixtape, a new EP, and like a dozen other songs, and you and I sat here for about an hour to almost 2 hours and just fucking critiqued them all. I don't do that with other people because I don't respect their musical opinions. So truly, thank you for coming to stop by and hang out.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. And I mean, how can I not? You know, I think your music is talented. I think you're great, and you got a lot of potential, man. I mean that from the deepest bottom of my heart. I don't just tell it to nobody either. Yeah. So just
you don't care enough to lie to someone.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
100%. Ray will. It dropped the out. Where's My Sitcom is officially out on all streaming platforms. Go ahead and check that out in the description. Everywhere you listen to music, that's going to be there.
It is great.
Ray has been hitting me up all week. It's like, dude, I've been editing for like other editors and shit like that. And it's like, it's on repeat every fucking day. Like, I love this album. I'm so impressed. Like, I didn't expect that amount of feedback. Like, I've gotten a lot of DMs from outside fans, which is really nice, but from a lot of, like, people I haven't heard from in a long time. Like, you know when you get that message on Facebook and someone's like, hey, man, can I borrow $20 till Friday?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm getting those messages, like, I'm getting those people messaging me about the album. Really? And it's no longer about $20. Like, yo, I just heard your album. This is so fucking good. And that, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, even the down bad people, even the certain crackheads listen to my music, you know, that always brings a smile to my heart.
I'm telling you, it was amazing. I mean, the way you got it composed, everything from track to track, the track listing was great. From the start to beginning, it has an intro, ending, middle, everything. Everybody I showed the album to, everybody I showed the songs to, loved it. Some people didn't even believe me it was you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how great it was, and that's what you want to do in the beginning is...
Yes, absolutely. Take me by surprise.
This guy's doing this?
Yes. That was my whole MO for the beginning of my career. The first song I made was I did a remix on the Red Dot song by Mac Miller and Action Bronson, and I went to a baby shower.
Amazing.
Yes, dude. And a guy I haven't seen in I think he did 6 years in the military, and he was there finally came home, and he came up and hugged me. He goes, dude, I was bumping your shit while I was overseas, dude. That song is so fucking good. And I've been chasing that feeling since I dropped my first song. Cause like, first of all, what year? Like he was a senior when I was a freshman. So like, it wasn't like we didn't close. So for him to just be like, dude, what the fuck, Doug? This is so cool.
Yeah.
I love those situations. Cause I just want people to just not accept me or appreciate me. I just want them to be like, oh shit, man. Hell yeah. Good for you. Like, which is still going for some type of acceptance when I'll work on that in therapy. But, like, it's now going on to, like, no longer, please like me.
I understand completely. I mean, that's... When I try to tell people about my music knowledge and all that, you know, a lot of times they dismiss me. And sometimes I, like, hey, I go full throttle. I mean, you know me. Once it's about music, you know, it's... Yeah. I'm going to go all in.
Like you were talking earlier, sometimes your mouth will go faster than your brain. Or your brain is going faster than your mouth.
But a lot of people dismiss me for it. Mm-hmm. You know, so when I found people that respect my music, it makes me feel good about myself. So I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, buddy. So I want to know you. Like, I want to get to know you, like, on the real. So you're from Cali. Like, what part of Cali are you from?
So I'm from San Gabriel Valley. I've been all over the place. I mean, not just the San Gabriel Valley. I've been El Sereno, you know.
Where are both of those places located? I've never been to Cali, so I don't know anything about Cali in the slightest.
So the SGV is basically a little bit outside of East Los Angeles. It's still in Los Angeles County.
Is that predominantly like Hispanic population? Is it Hispanic and Black? Is it everyone?
It's going to be predominantly Hispanic. So the SGV now is actually more Asian than it is anything else.
Okay.
But when I was growing up, there were some Asians there, but it wasn't like that. It was just predominantly Hispanic. Now, where I stay at now, which is like El Sereno and place Southgate, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just Hispanics. Okay. Southgate's a little bit more mixture, but you got Compton there and everything else, you know.
So where I grew up in Southern Texas, it was the Rio Valley. It was like the little valley, right? So where I'm from, and it was.
I'm familiar with it, you know.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So it's. Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. Okay. Yes. So I grew up very hooped earring, fucking hot Cheetos, that style. Was that?
You know, those pinches Cowboys, you know what I mean? Like, shit like that.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Like, if you're not, if you're not doing that every 2 sentences, you're not from the valley. So when I go down to Texas, my cousins, I'll hang out with them for 3 weeks and I'll come back and my girl will be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, yeah, my bad. Sorry.
No, I get it. When I go back to California,
right. Okay. So is it like that
just
with
like everything else? Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Okay.
It's kind of one of those things, especially when I moved here, like I was strictly food this, food that. And I realized it was hard to make connections. Hard, and I knew at that time is when...
Because your dialect, because your mannerisms, your accent, and the way you spoke.
Everything had a lot to play with it, and just people weren't comfortable around that. So once I realized that, I knew, hey, you know, I can... If I just change the way I talk around people, do these little things, I can connect with more people. That's when I started hustling. I started wanting, you know, try to be a rapper, you know, produce, you name it. Like I probably try to do something at one point. So clothes, all that, you know. So to make connections, I started being like a chameleon, you know.
Yes.
And
fitting in anywhere.
It's fitting anywhere just to appease them until once I got their approval,
acceptance,
then it's full of me. Yeah, I can just be myself.
Fucking Danny, bro.
Yeah, you know. But as a business standpoint, you have to be able to be proper, navigate.
Yes.
Like again, make those connections, network, and that's where that comes from. As long as you're likable, you can meet anybody and anybody in the world.
That's some of my best work with retail is doing that, navigating through music, through podcasting and comedy, of reaching out to certain people, this, that, and the other, just like figuring out my niche of how to talk to certain people to get what they want out of them without having to fight it, force it, and really force it, just make it natural.
Yeah,
it's perfect. So you growing up in Cali, my experience was very Friday, the whole trilogy. That's how I kind of grew up in certain areas. Was it as stereotypical for you in certain aspects? Like, to be honest, because I was genuinely surprised. I remember looking around and be like, is this real? Like, because I'd seen shit in movies and certain stuff like that where I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, so like when you watch Friday and stuff like that, I mean, it's kind of like that, but at the end of the day, I think it's more exaggerated. You see your crackheads, you see, you know.
See, that's what I thought. And when I go down there, you meet motherfuckers that are like D.O.U.G, that should have been based off D.O.U.G and Craig and Smokey and shit like that. Big work.
You'll get people like that.
Yeah.
I have cousins that are straight up cholos, talk, walk, everything like them. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, it is a bit exaggerated. And I don't know if it's just because I'm there. I think to me it's just normal.
Right.
A lot of people go back and they're just like, man, this dude's really a cholo. Like, dude's really Mexican. Damn. It's like in the movie, you know, and then these are exaggerated. Hey, fool, you know, stereotypical thing. And to me, it doesn't sound like that.
Yeah.
But to them, that's exactly what it sounds like.
That makes sense because my white friends have pointed it out, like, bro, why are you talking like that? And I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
So to me, it's just it is what it is. That's just how I grew up. It's home. It's
Yeah.
normal. It's every day. You might see a fight. You might not see a fight.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Somebody might get shot down the street, and it's normal.
Were you religious growing up? Was your family religious growing up?
Extremely Catholic.
Okay.
My mom is still extremely Catholic.
You were church every Sunday.
Every Sunday, church classes, all that.
Were you sleeping over at friends' houses on Saturday nights and going to church with your mom, or were you going with them, or were you not allowed to go on Saturday nights?
I was not really allowed to sleep over friends' house at all.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Were you a bad kid to an extent, or like were friends allowed to come stay with you, like in childhood and stuff?
Friends were allowed to stay with me.
Were they? If you stay on Saturday night, you got to come to church in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Same.
Yeah. So it was like that.
That's how my Hispanic family is. My parents were never really religious and never forced me to go to church. I was always trying to find a ride to church. Like that's because we grew up kind of in this like in the rural area in Arkansas where it was kind of like in BFE. So like went to church right. Hopefully the church bus came on Wednesdays, but Sundays I'd ride with my buddy's grandparents and go meet him, or if they stayed on the weekends I'd go with him. Yeah.
No. Yeah. I mean they'll come over. They'll have to go to church. Sometimes it wouldn't. But my best friend Aaron, I don't know if he still lives down there or anything. I haven't talked to him in years, man.
Yeah.
But he was my best friend growing up, and he lived in the corner. And I remember the first time I found out he lived there, we had kindergarten together. It was him and his mom. They, I guess they were walking down the street. I'm trying to remember everything, at the time I didn't speak English at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't speak a lick of English. It was strictly Spanish, and so kindergarten just nothing but Spanish.
Okay.
And so I don't even know how we became friends because he's Hispanic too, Mexican, but he doesn't speak Spanish. Never spoke Spanish. So, but somehow we would play together, communicate, even though, and I learned a lot of my English from him too. But I mean, he always had the coolest things. I mean, he had a pool, the Nintendo 64. He had an Xbox. He played the drums. Really, really good at the drums.
Fuck yeah.
His mom was super hot too. I had the biggest crush on her, and she drove a nice red Corvette. Man, the thing was amazing. But yeah, so he would come over a lot and stay the night. And then I think one time I did stay the night over there. But again, I lived down the street, so my mom just went straight over there to pick me up.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, close enough.
Okay, so when did you start learning English? Like, how did you learn? Did you learn?
To be honest, I don't know. I just one day I was speaking English, I guess.
Okay.
I can't recall when I started learning how to speak English. Like I said, my friend, he spoke nothing but English, so maybe that. So it was probably like first grade.
Okay.
I remember the teachers would sometimes come up to me and tell me, "Hey, stop speaking Spanish. This is America. And this is in California," as a little kid, and that's what the teachers would tell me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at some point, I was speaking English. I just don't know when. First grade or second grade. It had to be in between there.
Okay.
Kinder and second grade.
Do you remember a lot of your childhood? Like, so when you said you grew up, like in Cali, so you were born in where?
I was born in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was born in Gunner, and for like 6 months lived there, and then stayed in like Corpus and like Lake Jackson for like 3 years. And moved to Raymondville. Like, were you mainly around LA, around in Cali? Did you move a lot? Like,
no. So I lived in La Puente.
Okay.
And well, we moved a lot as a kid before I started school. So I did live off of the Griffin, which is a pretty bad street. There used to be a lot of gunshots and stuff there. But other than that, yeah, we lived several places. I can't recall what places there were, but La Puente is where I grew up.
Okay.
And I love it. It's a lot nicer now than what it was.
Right. Yeah.
But even then, I don't think it was ever that bad, to my recollection.
Yeah.
As far as my experience, it could have been really bad, but to me, it was whatever.
Yeah. Did you play Little League sports growing up?
I played soccer.
Oh, okay.
I played soccer.
What were you? Do you remember?
Defense.
Okay.
Any sport I ever play, it's defense what I excel at. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know why. It's just I just had to beat somebody, you know.
So you went to Cali. A lot of athletes went to high schools in Cali and shit like that. Did you play with anyone? Did you go, or someone a couple grades higher than you? Like my mom went to high school with Paul Pierce, and he was like 2 years older. Was it one of those situations? Did another school that you like a rival school in y'all's district or whatever? Did y'all have fucking like Chris Paul go? Not obviously not Chris Paul because he's fucking 40. But like, did someone like that go to another school near you? Anything like that? Any rappers or anything like that?
No, not that I know of. I know there was a rapper. I can't remember his name, but he didn't grow up in our area, but he went to the schools around us. And he actually had a mixtape, and it had Snoop Dogg in it. A bunch of just alley rappers on that mixtape. I believe I still have it, too.
Hell yeah.
Somewhere.
Because, like, P-Lo and G-Eazy, they're from the Bay and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know if you were like, oh, yeah, I knew someone that went to school with G-Eazy and shit like that. Yeah.
No, being predominantly Hispanic.
Back then, he was Gerald, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Being predominantly Hispanic, like, you didn't really see a lot of that.
Yeah.
For us. I mean, if it was more like South Central or stuff like that, probably we'd have something like that. Fergie's mom is pretty cool. Fergie's mom was actually, she worked for the district of the school that I went to.
Fuck yeah.
So she was around all the time. And this is before she even blew up. Like, she was already just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we did have artists. I wish I can remember who these people are. Like, it's been so long. But we had like a legendary jazz player come down. They had basketball players come down to the schools and stuff like that.
Okay.
Big name basketball players. I just, like I said, I can't remember who they were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So they just from my memories, I know they were there. And yeah, other than that, that's all I can remember.
You went to elementary, obviously, every kid did, but they had assemblies for things that, and the other. I went to one in Texas when I was in the 5th grade, and they had a BMX group do stunts in the gym for like an assembly for like, I want to say it was for Jesus. I genuinely want to say like people that had like recovered, like they were like recovering addicts for like God, and they would do like
during like that drug.
Like drug free. Okay,
drug
so
free thing.
You're in the same era as I am of like Hoops for Heart and like shit like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the yo-yo guys and people coming with weird pets. Like, do you remember any of those specifically? Like, do you ever randomly be like, man, I remember that fucking yo-yo guy? I wonder if any of my homies...
So I remember the yo-yo guys. They would come often to my elementary
to sell yo-yos.
And stuff. Yeah, and that's like yo-yos were a big thing. They had the light up ones. These had the metal bearing or whatever.
Dunkins, yeah.
And I've always wanted one, but again, we were poor.
Fuck yeah.
So it's a no. You know, no scholastics, books, nothing.
$25 for a yo-yo. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. The one I do remember the most, and it only happened once, but they invited this guy to come. It was several people actually, but they had animals. So they had like crocodiles and stuff. We got to go up there and touch them. But they actually brought the pig from Babe. Yeah. So I got to meet the pig from Babe.
Fuck
yeah.
Yes.
Which is just fucking random, you know. But
yeah.
But I got to meet him.
See, that stuff like that. That's perfect. That's why we have this podcast, dude. Like, that's awesome. I was with Dad at a what the fuck are they called? Fuddruckers. That's what they are. And Dad and I bumped into accidentally and apologized to the Sham Wow guy when I was like in the 5th grade. Yeah, dude. Fucking crazy. Way before he got in trouble. Wait, did the Sham Wow guy die? Or did he the one get caught with the hooker?
I'm not sure.
Whichever one. I think it was the Sham Wow guy that got caught with. He got
both are pretty.
Yeah, one got
pretty
caught with
unfortunate.
The hooker.
You know what I mean?
She was doing blow and then bit his tongue off, the tip of his tongue off. I think that's a Sham Wow guy.
I think it is the Sham Wow guy. Yeah.
But yeah, I hear her bumping into him way before any of that happened.
I met Beans
from Even Stevens.
From Even Steven.
Fuck yes, dude.
Yeah, it was me and my cousin Josue. We were at Universal Studios, and man, he said, hey, it's Beans. So we ran over there, and it was like him and a group of adults. And I guess they were with him. And he was just like shaking his head, and everybody was just laughing. And then they started walking away, so we didn't even get to say hi or anything.
Right.
But we saw him.
Yeah,
we didn't really meet him, but we saw him. That's pretty cool.
Okay. I remember, so like, dude, okay, so yeah, Scholastics, I was never, I need money for the book fair. I never had that opportunity. Yeah.
I would ask.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah, of course.
But
we knew better. We knew better.
Yeah, we knew better.
We knew the answer.
I just, one day, just hoping for that one day. Then mom was like, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and get it. I would say this.
I got a $5 bill one time.
My mom, I don't know if she actually did it or not. All right. But she purchased, it was a Red Hot Chili Peppers greatest hits from, those infomercials. And they had like, call 1-800, this, and that. So she called, but it was like a month, like 2 months, and I never got it. So finally she's like, I'm just going to call and cancel it. So I don't even know if she did it or not, you know what I mean? But I think I was just begging so much for it.
Yeah.
That she probably was just like, I'm just going to say.
I ordered it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I ordered it.
I called. Miko, I already called.
Yeah, and it never came.
Yeah.
It never came. But I think it was for my first communion. I got some money, and I gave it to her to order me a System of a Down album.
Oh,
and I had it, I think it was like 3 days before it released in stores. So I took it to school, and some of the guys were like, man, that's not really it. The album's not even out yet. How do you have it? And I was like, I pre-ordered it, and it got here early.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works. It'll come here the day of. I'm like, no, it got here early. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. This is it. He's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And then it came out. They're like, how'd you get it? I was like, I just pre-ordered it. I ordered it online.
That's fucking, that makes me so happy.
But it came with a cool poster, which I don't even know where the fuck it is now. But it was like, when you touch it, you can feel like it was the face with the clock or whatever. And so it was kind of like bumpy, like I guess like 3D poster or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's what it was. It was pretty cool. And it was it was 1 out of 50, but the one I had was 7.
Oh fuck yeah. Yes, dude.
So I don't know where it's at now. But
yeah.
If I still had it, I'm pretty sure it'd be worth some money.
Oh yeah, surely. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So growing up, you and I have talked a little bit about this. In your childhood before you got to like high school, say junior high and middle school, elementary, did you get into a lot of fights? Were you bullied a lot as a kid?
So I was bullied here and there, but I remember there's this guy, and he was the one that kind of helped me out. It was just a random dude, I don't even know where he is now, nothing like that. But he was like, hey, don't dress like that. You got to wear this. You got to wear that. Hey, don't let me talk to you. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm going to handle this for you. So then they stopped bullying me for like
a while.
Like it was a good while. And then, after that, it just.
You kind of blossomed into who you were.
Pretty much. You
kind of did what you had to. Yeah. Okay. Were you always did?
I did get in fights here and there.
Yeah. Was it something that was just like always beef with people? Was it just like a bad? You woke up early in the it's 9 a.m. in fucking homeroom and someone is a dickhead. You gotta sock
so
them?
It was just a little bit of everything, I guess. Yeah. Like,
was it ever over a girl?
No, never over a girl. You were never one of those guys? It was always like somebody's trying to be tough. Somebody's trying to find out who's tough. And I mean, like even as a kid, I would always get into fights. I'd never started. But I remember like one time I went to kindergarten with this kid, and we all grew up in the same block. But we were hanging out, and I guess he was trying to be cool, so he was trying to bully me. And I mean, he was doing it, he was bullying me. But I was letting it go until I finally got fed up. I got the skateboard, picked it up, swung it at him, and then everybody, oh my God, this kid's crazy, But it was always them pushing me to.
Yeah, it's never
to
why
that.
he snapped.
Yeah,
It's always snapped.
So
never
then,
why did he what events led to that?
Yeah.
What drew that kid to go nuts and fucking
Yeah, so I remember like one time I was in line for PE and this kid was just talking smack for no reason. I'm just like, okay. And then out of nowhere one of the guys that was there to witness me do that, he was like, hey, you better chill out. He's going to hit you with something, And again, another kid I grew up with. And he was just like, yeah, he's gonna hit you with something. You're not gonna like it, you know.
It's gonna be a
leave
problem.
him alone. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem till. So, yeah, that was just it. There were several fights, just nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I got in a considerable amount of fights. I never started them. I was just a kid that was easily picked on, and I was the cry fighter. Like, does that make like I was?
Yeah.
I'm a swing. But I'm tear. I can't stop these, and you can't stop these. Like it. If I was a little slower, it would have been retard strength. Does that make sense? You know
Yeah.
I mean? Yeah. I was one of those fighters as a kid. Or if I'm wrestling, I could never wrestle with my cousins or like the homies because I would always laugh. I could never take it seriously. And they always whoop my ass. They always I tap out because I'm giggling. I could never take it.
Yeah.
If I have to fight you, like we're no longer friends in my head growing up. Don't get me wrong. I'm not Billy Badass. I got my ass whooped way, way more than I won. I'm not. Please understand, fans at home, don't comment. Be like, oh, no, I remember what I know you whooped my ass in the 5th grade. I understand. But I've gotten a couple. Don't get me wrong. Like the time I told you I said something, it was a miscommunication with a little person, and he said some slick shit, and I told him to go fuck himself, and he said, "What'd you say?" And I leaned down, and he showed me what's up. That boy, I leaned down, and that's never lean down on a little person after they say what's up. They're gonna show you what's up. I was that kid in middle school that slipped the N-word out with the homies because other friends had let me say it, and then another group did not let me say it. They smacked the taste out of it. They didn't hit me. They smacked the taste out of it. Hey, I've learned.
Yeah.
I've never fought over a girl. I can confidently say I've never fought someone because either he smashed my girl or I smashed his girl. Like,
yeah,
it was never one of those things. It was always someone wanting to be tough, and then they saw me while they were in the middle of them being tough with someone else, and they wanted to pick on me, and it's just like, don't push me again. And then it's just an elbow, and I just grab them, and I'm already, by the time I tackle them, tears are already starting to come out, and I'm fucking, yeah. Or the tears are coming, and I swing, and I connect one, and it doesn't hit, and then they just mollywop the fuck out of me for like 32 seconds. And my boys grab me, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We always fought ones. We were never. If you got jumped, it was a big fucking problem. You got caught individually. If the people that were jumping people, you got caught individually by a group of like usually 3 or 4. You don't do that. It was very honor amongst thieves where we grew up. We had rules. We had set rules that you did not go over. It was no.
And this was
in Southern Texas. Yeah.
Southern Texas.
Yeah. Out here, it's fucking. Break up with my girlfriend. Well, I'm gonna date your girlfriend in 2 months, and you gotta be happy because we're in love.
Small town,
yeah,
you know.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you. I can't. It drives me up a fucking wall. Can't stand homie hoppers. That goes for the homies and the homie hoppers. Can't stand them. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I've easily lost my fair share of that. I've got my ass whooped way too many times for me to be this comedic and sarcastic. It hasn't worked enough.
Yeah.
So, how did you get to Arkansas?
So one of my cousins, I guess, well, my aunt, my uncle, they met some people through church, and then somehow they got convinced to move down here because I guess the church was expanding or something like that. Keep my cousin out of trouble. So then my family was like, "Oh, well, let's go too. You know, cheaper living, this and that. We're out of here." Stuff like that, you know, and I guess this is how I ended up over here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to a bad school.
Mm-hmm.
And my brothers and sisters, they were actually in a way better school. Okay. Like my parents didn't have money to pay for everybody, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So me and my twin, we got stuck in this school, which I didn't give a shit about grades. I didn't care about none of that.
Right. Now was that partially because of the environment of the school, or was that just your mentality
That was just my
You were
mentality.
just not
Even
not,
in high,
you were just
like,
kind of lazy as a
yeah,
kid.
even in high
Yeah.
school, like
Same.
I just didn't care.
Didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, there was no point to it, in my opinion. You know, yeah. I mean, I'll admit it now. Like I struggle with writing. I can't spell worth the shit.
Oh, okay.
None of that stuff. Yeah,
I can't do math I can
Yeah.
do normal math, but I'm not doing equations. Go fuck yourself.
I can actually do equations, which is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I can
But
write
normal
really well.
math,
I can spell like a
sometimes I struggle. I still gotta count my fingers, you know.
3 times.
But
spelling
equations,
bee
for some
champion,
reason,
you know
like
what I mean?
especially like it's like geometry or whatever, anything with shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
My mind can process it really good. But
Okay.
reading, writing,
Oh, mine's the
Fuck
opposite.
outta here
I
with
was
that
the
shit.
reading kid. I was
I
the
can't
writer.
do none
Yeah,
of that.
no. Dude, it's
Yeah.
three times spelling bee champ, dog. You know what I mean? That was one of those guys.
God, no, yeah, I can't spell.
Chess team, but still a stoner. No one was like, what the, how the, you
Yeah,
know?
my friends make fun of me all the time for
Oh,
how I spell. Yeah, and I'm just like, bro. My excuse is, well, English isn't my first language, you know. Like, and it could be.
Yeah.
That's why, you know what I mean.
It could be,
but
yeah.
yeah, I can't.
Who are you to say? Who are
Yeah,
you?
who are you to say? So, but yeah, so I still struggle with it. I'm
Fuck it.
completely fine with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it is
You're on
what
dope.
it is. But I can
You were my
do
boss. when we
do a
first
bunch
met.
of things. Yeah, you know,
you were
I
my
can
fucking
still do a
boss.
bunch of things that a lot of people can't do.
You make a lot of
And they're
money.
like, damn, you got a lot
now, you know what I
of,
mean?
you know, yeah, you got a lot of hats. How do you do all that? I just like to learn. I
learn.
just don't know how to fucking write.
If
It saved my
if
life.
I'm interested in it,
Yeah,
I'll do it. Yeah.
exactly.
So that brings me into my next thing. How did you get into like camera work and like music? Like, cause I know you start, like you said, for a minute you take a little dabble in like music and rapping and shit like that. But like your ear to critique and your music IQ and your ability to find hidden artists and hidden gems, where did that come from? Was it always just that? Were you always trying to look for new artists? Did one day, were you a radio guy for only listen to the top 10 forever and then like someone made fun of you? Like,
No, it was never nothing like that. I think for me, one, I always think music was there. My mom always listened to music. My dad, he loves a lot of the old songs. I mean, Juan Gabriel, you know, like stuff like that. Like that's what he likes. But then I have uncles and cousins that were musicians and they're really, really good at it, can sing.
mm-hmm.
I unfortunately could never sing,
Same.
you know, but I grew up so much around it that it was just something that I grown in love. And then I think when I moved over here, I started liking it more, especially rap, started getting way more into rap. And I always liked it, you know, but it was never like, this is my genre, you know?
Right.
And then slowly the more I listened to it, the more the radio kept playing, the more I kept hearing the same thing. And eventually I just got bored. And so that's how I started trying to find, not even new artists, I was just trying to find new sounds.
Yeah.
But that led me to find new artists and just learn. Like I didn't know what I wanted to look for. I just know I was looking for something. So I just started listening to my ears, you know?
Yeah.
And slowly I just started developing how to listen to the beat, how to listen to this, you know, how to even critique how a rhyme scheme goes, how many
Right.
bars is in this, and just dealing with other artists, local artists,
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with them and just being curious to want to learn,
Mm-hmm.
that they would explain to me how things work, how to make
Right.
beats and stuff like
You were
that.
curious.
Yeah, I was curious.
Yeah.
And that's just how it came to be. But as far as music, yeah, that I think is always in me. I just needed something, let it out, and finally develop it.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so now where do you see yourself with this, with the editing and your social media marketing and things like that? Because I know you do that as well. Like, where do you see
Yeah.
yourself with, like, what are you planning on wanting to do?
What I'm wanting to do is work for an NFL team.
Okay,
Like-
and make like edits and film or like photography and
That was just all by luck.
okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to do no edits. I wanted to do the analytics. I wanted to do the websites for them. I wanted to bring in more fans, do, you know, all that spreading awareness stuff for the brand.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do that. It's just so happened that I got an opportunity for an internship, and the guy was looking for somebody that can edit, that can design, do some graphic design, and yeah, you know, shoot cameras, all that stuff. And I told him I did. But I didn't. You know? I didn't know how to do none of that.
Yeah.
I just took a gamble on myself.
Did you have a camera yet?
I didn't.
Oh,
yeah. So I had to do everything. You know, I scrambled just to get everything put together. I downloaded all the files that I needed and like watched some YouTube videos. And he was like, I need a flyer for this, and this. And this was like 2 months out before we were actually going to start. So it was like a month out, and he was already wanting some work. So he was wanting something that Friday, and I think I got hired on that Tuesday, and he was wanting to see something Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I learned that same day that I got hired. And then I sent it to him. He's like, this is really good. And I was like, dude, I'm so glad you said that because I just learned how to do it today. Yeah. Same with the videos. It took me like a day to figure it out, which it was nowhere close to where I am now.
Right.
But it was just something that I got to learn this. Like, I have no excuses now. I lied to this guy. Shout out to Dan Cross, by the way. And yeah, like, I just took a gamble on myself and I just figured it out that same day.
Yeah, man. That's incredible.
Yeah. And one of my proudest moments too. Like I
can see the way you're talking about it. Yeah, it's like I feel it. Like that's fucking sick.
Yeah. So, and then ever since then, yeah, that's what I do. You know, I do that on the side now. Yeah. So.
Okay. I respect.
I'm still
that.
learning.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Learning every day. Yeah.
And I've talked to people all the time that do it, and they're just like,
if you were just like, oh yeah, dude, I stopped, I know it all already. Like you wouldn't be Danny. If
no,
you were just like, oh yeah, dude, I'm good.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my biggest things is you're always learning. No matter how old I get, I'm gonna keep learning. Like that's really what I love to do is just learn.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I think anybody should do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Yeah, my biggest thing is I want to be educated, not humiliated.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? And I never want to seek education and the person trying to educate me humiliates me. I never want that. That'll turn the education away. That'll turn someone off of wanting education.
Exactly.
And especially in any type of like passion project or even at work, anything situational. Like you want that person to want to train you or that want to help, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, man. So before we get out of here, I just want to say thank you so much for being on this podcast. I want to ask you some of the fan questions that they have sent in for season 2. And a sprinkle of my own questions that I don't get to ask Ray because he won't answer them on the podcast, so I'll ask other people on D.O.U.G Talks. So, can you recall any time that you were genuinely just bricked up at like school? Cause you remember those days. In math class, bro, like you got to go work out. Like you're just like, why the fuck, you know? Because there's only like 2 things that like really killed you in high school, and one of them is just being rock hard at school without any.
The only time I think that I can recall, that ever happening, was in computer class, and I have no idea why. There was nothing there. And you know what I mean? It just happened. It never. And I'm just sitting here like, well, okay, what do I do now? So I remember like the bell rang, and I was like, damn, what do I do? So I waited for everybody to leave. And it kind of, have you ever seen Superbad?
Yeah, of course.
Where you tuck it up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to tuck up.
Yeah, it touches the belly button. Whatever.
Yeah, you got to band it. Yeah.
And so I was like, damn, I guess this is what I'm gonna have to do. You know, just walked out.
Yeah.
But there was nothing else I could do. I mean, I think that was the only time that I can recall that's happened to me.
Yeah.
It was in computer class, just random staring at a computer.
Speaking of
not doing my work, trying to sleep actually.
Yeah, that makes sense. Speaking of computer class, I completely forgot about the story. I haven't told it on the podcast or to Ray. There was a kid in my school, and he was one of the odd students. So like that wasn't very hygienic. You know, he was one of the bigger dude. Was just one of the odd ones. We'll say that. Not really odd like you and I, but the ones that God made. Yeah. Anyway, and we were in computer class, and it's me, my homie Tommy, his girl, and my ex-girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time. We're in high school, and you hear, oh my gosh, and we're like, what the fuck? And we start giggling. We're like, because I look at Tommy and I go, At the same time, we try to lean over and see what we're watching to fuck with each other. We look and we start laughing, and then we hear it. We're like, and then simultaneously our girls go, "What the fuck?" We're like, "It's not us." Like I don't know why I thought it was us, and we turn around and across the room, like say our backs are right here, right? We turn around and his back is that way because he's looking at the computer. It's just going at it, bro. Just straight up. Just full screening, bro. No fucks given. Like, not jerking it, nothing. Just
watching it out.
Just watching the computer teacher. Oh my god. Get out, Cody. You have to get out. You have to get out. Oh, I don't know what that just. You said computer class, and that just made me think of it.
It's funny. There's this kid in middle school.
Yeah.
Really good friend of mine, and he didn't really speak English, but I would always walk to his house and then ride the bikes. He had like an extra bike, so we would ride the bike to school. The school was pretty far away. It was like I would say like a 30-minute walk.
Yeah.
From my house, you know, if that, probably more. But I would ride the bike with him just to go to the 7-Eleven and then go to school, and then after school I'd ride the bike with him back. And he got suspended because he printed out pictures at the library of cartoons. It was The Simpsons.
Oh.
Yeah. And I remember he came back from school. I was like, "Hey, did you get in trouble?" What'd your dad say? He's like, "He just laughed." He didn't really say anything, but he just laughed. But yeah, so he got caught. He got in trouble. I wasn't there. I think I got in trouble that day, so they didn't let me go to the library that day.
Oh.
And but I heard it whenever.
Yeah.
Because he got caught outside of the classroom.
Oh.
Yeah. He was like showing it to some other kid, and then the teacher saw it. It was crazy.
Oh,
crazy,
damn.
yeah.
My heart goes out to you, big dog. I know what that heartbreak feels like. I'm just kidding. I've never done that. That's cool. I knew a kid, you know what ISS is? Did you have that in Cali? Like in school suspension?
We had something like that, but it wasn't called ISS.
What was it called?
I can't remember what the hell it's called.
Essentially, you sit in a classroom and someone else has to, you're like, it's like all day detention. You sit there and
yeah,
do like,
you just stay after school, really.
Oh, no.
We had this thing called demerits.
Yes.
Points, so
okay,
you need to do these to graduate. And I remember, like, you can do extra stuff to get them back.
That's how it is.
I had so many stacked up. And I would stay after school, go to the library, join like after school programs. I know how to play chess, and I was really, really good at it at some point. Checkers and stuff like that. Because if I joined these programs,
it gave you extra.
It gave
points.
me merits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that way, you know, it was. But yeah, so that's the only thing. We had to stay after school and just read a book.
The school, yeah, okay, so something like that. Okay, yeah. So it was, as soon as you got there, you went and sat in this, probably like the size of this room. We'll say like there's like, you know how a bathroom, like the wall for a bathroom stall, or like a urinal. Imagine that. You sit at a desk all day facing the wall.
Yeah.
Give you meaningless work.
I did that a lot here.
Yeah.
In Arkansas. Yeah, I did that a lot here.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So then it's like, you go to lunch, like, say it's like 4 of you. You go to lunch with that teacher. You bring your trays back and you sit there and just eat in silence, essentially. You're not allowed to talk, blah, blah, blah. There's one kid, all right? Not only did he get ISS, but then he got suspended because he did this and then got caught, like an American Pie movie, mid-finish. He got caught jerking off in the middle of the ISS room. Like, he was just up, like, just doing that, I guess. Like, and she was like, "What are you doing?" Like, she's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" He goes, "Nothing." And then like later on, like she got up and like went to go see what he was doing, and she found out real fucking quick. Yeah, that. Oh, dude, wow, classic. Now I said that there is being bricked up at high school, at just middle of school for no reason is horrible. But there's one thing worse. Were you ever pantsed in school?
No.
No? Did you ever pants anyone?
No.
No? There were a couple pantsings around here where I grew up. You know, I had Grant on the podcast previous episode, and we had talked about it. And like I was pantsed in the 7th grade, underwear and all, by a senior in front of the senior high girls basketball team, and that's something that makes you not want to come back to school. We can say that's what we can say on YouTube. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's something like,
yeah.
I don't want to come back awake. You know,
Yeah.
You're in the 7th grade. Fucking what? Yeah. I fucked his wife later on in life.
Hey, that's what's up.
I told that to Grant. Grant was like, dude, no. And I was like, how dare you? Like, yeah, Grant. So thanks, man. I appreciate you. Yeah. But yeah, there was nothing worse than being pantsed in school.
I mean, I can imagine. I don't think that ever happened anywhere that I've ever been.
That fear. Like,
I do remember the worst thing anybody said, and I remember this kid got mad. And it's not even that big of a deal, but where I was from, it was a big deal because
right.
they were arguing. These two kids were arguing, and the kid was older, and then funny dude, so the worst dude to talk shit to, and he's talking so much shit, and this and that. He's like, bro, nobody's scared of you. You're not gonna do anything. Hey, but when his sister comes, then we run. And he goes, oh, like just took all the masculine energy out of him. He just wanted to fight him, beat him up, and yeah, that's probably the worst thing I've heard. And his sister was a fighter,
and he was serious.
Yeah, he was serious. He was serious.
We laughed until we heard her footsteps. Oh, yeah. Okay, I respect that. Oh, man. Okay, it is time for the fan questions of Doug Talks Season 2. Thank you so much for being here for this episode, man. It's an absolute fucking pleasure.
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here.
You're the GOAT,
Trust
man.
me.
I want to ask you these fan questions, and you answer as honest as possible, okay? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
What is the sexiest cartoon?
The sexiest cartoon.
Not on some dirty website, but just a cartoon back then. You were just like, that's a bad, like that. You know what I mean? Like the mayor's wife from Powderpuff Girls, shit like that. You know what I mean?
Sexiest cartoon. Let's see. Kim Possible.
Solid.
Not Kim, but the side chick.
Oh, Shigo.
Shigo, yeah.
Yeah, the villain. Yeah, the green
or
Dexter's mom was thick.
No, nothing like that. Not at that age when I was watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
That's all that I can think of.
Yeah, I respect that. 100%. You are a Raiders fan, my friend.
Yep.
So you can attest to this because you guys are not this category, but you can tell me, who are the worst sports fans?
Who are the worst sports fans?
Yeah.
The worst sports fans, I'm going to have to say, is going to be... Man.
It comes down to 3 in my eyes.
So, all right, if I'm going to say 3, it's going to be Tom Brady fans.
Okay.
Okay, because they'll just follow him around. They don't really have a team. Which it's all cool, if you root for certain players,
right.
There's players I like in the NBA, but at the end of the day, like I only root for one team,
Facts.
Same with the NFL. I only root for one team. So we're gonna say Tom Brady fans, Kansas City fans, from my experience, and that's not just
No, this is the Swifties. It's just in general.
General. And Dallas fans.
Okay.
Dallas fans.
We have one in common. So
yeah.
I have Dallas. I have Philly fans. I have Eagles fans. I have Cowboys fans. And then I have Boston fans in their entirety.
Boston fans are pretty
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty fucked up. Let's be honest. I'm only a Celtics fan. I don't give a shit about the Pats. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about the Bruins. I care about the Celtics.
Yeah,
Even certain Celtics fans from Boston are fucked up.
I'll take the Tom Brady out.
And just
Tom
add
Brady
Boston.
fan, just add Boston in general because
they.
I like Philly fans. One of my homeboys is a
same
star Philly from Philly.
100%.
I respect them.
Yeah,
I understand it because if you ever see me at a game, I'm a completely different person.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's sports.
It's sports. I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna be in your face.
Uh-huh.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
We might have a fight.
We might have a fight, and I'm okay with it.
It's in the art of sports, man.
Yeah, it's in the art of sports. But that's the reason why I respect Philly fans because they will go.
They're about it.
Yeah, they're about it.
Okay.
Now the reason why I don't like Kansas City fans is because they're not about it.
Because they're pussies.
In my experience, they have not been about it. Every time I went to a game in Kansas City, like I had a guy just flip me off. And, we were losing, so I go, "What?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm just kidding, man." And turns around like, And this happens so many times in Kansas City. They are so nice, and that's the thing that pisses me off. Why are you inviting me to take a shot with you? You know what I mean? Like, why are you doing that?
I understand. Okay.
No, I get it. I get it too.
Yeah. But we're not that close.
But we're not that close.
Yeah.
And your team hates my team, supposedly. And I know for sure my team hates your team.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
Talk shit to me, and then I'll have some respect to you. You know what I mean?
And then
Philly fan, I've never seen a Philly fan not talk shit to me.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can respect the fuck out of that. Because they're true to themselves. They don't care about nobody else but that team.
I've gone to we went to a Grizzlies game, and I was wearing Lakers gear, and when we went there, it was back when Kobe was still around. Kobe didn't play that game. It was back when Jeremy Lin and Carlos Boozer played for that fucking team. Trash. And the people behind us, we were at high school, and so my teacher was like 4 rows down, not paying attention. He was cool. He was a cool motherfucker, bro. And these black guys behind us, they're like, man, look at these young white motherfuckers. They don't even know greatness. I went, what, bro? I'm a Paul Pierce fan. And I lifted up my shirt, and it was a Brooklyn Nets, and I went, it was the Celtics. I was like, I'm a Paul Pierce fan. I was like, this is the homies, honey. I'm here just because I didn't have Memphis shit. He goes, nah, little homie, I got you. And he went and bought me a jersey. He went and bought me a hat. He goes, you a Memphis fan now? I said, okay, man. He's like, I was a junior in high school. He's like, okay, man. I took my Lakers shit off his hands, and they were like, yeah, okay, that's what's up. They brought me and my buddy Matt to sit with them, one back. We're in the fucking nosebleeds, so it didn't matter. And he was like, there you go, little man. He kept giving us shots and shit, like just like letting us sit there, drinks, or they get us a beer and shit like that. Our teacher had no idea. Memphis fans I can fuck with just because of I'ma fuck with you, but you fuck with me back, I can respect it.
Yeah.
Like they find that mutual respect and be like, all right, he cool.
See that's the thing. Like the reason why like I love being a Raiders fans. Like you go to a tailgate and it's like you guys know each other forever. They're gonna offer you drinks, shots, food, absolutely, everything. I just don't want to see it from another team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because when we go in there, like it's gonna be no holds barred. You know,
it's gonna be a fucking problem.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. So. You know, like it has to be a balance, but I love that about.
I stuck in a rubber bottle, and I'm about to be a real big problem. You know, some shit like that. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
I know
exactly. I took. We went to Miami, and you know, whenever I went to Miami for that game,
yeah,
we lost. We lost. Oh, yeah. But the guys that I had with me, one is a Patriots fan, and one is a Steelers fan, and they wore Raiders gear with me, and they're like, "Damn, you guys get down like that. I respect you guys so much." I had one of them, the Patriots fan, yelling out, Raiders. Like everywhere we went, like people were talking shit and we were dishing. We were outnumbered.
Oh, yeah.
We were outnumbered.
Yeah, you're a Raider fan.
But like everybody was just talking so much shit to us and we was ready. Everybody was ready. We're just like, hey, I'm going to let you know. Shit pops up. Hey, shit pops up. You got my back? Man, yeah, I got your back. You know, but we was all ready. But then, like, you see all of Miami, hey, you guys showed out. I respect Raiders fans. We don't want no problem with you guys, you know. But, yeah, so it's one of those things. I love sports because of that.
Yeah.
So, diehard fans,
yeah. The mutual respect and go fuck yourself is always something I will always love.
Exactly.
I will always love it.
Like, it's one of my dreams to go to these, well, one, I want to sit in the dog pound. Oh. I'm not even a Browns fan, but the dog pound is just so legendary. Yeah, I want to go to a Phillies game, you know, the Philadelphia Eagles. Those crazy, you know. Nuts. Bills Mafia. Nuts. I don't know about taking my shirt off. It's too damn cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's overkill for me. You know what I mean? So
they've adapted.
They definitely adapted. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, they've been doing that.
I say that. You get enough drinks in me, I'll probably end up
They've been going to Bills games taking their shirts off since they were 7 with their dad.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you've been going to the warm, sunny fucking Raiders games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little different. Yeah.
Bills fans is really cool. And then I want to say I think that's about it. I don't know any more fans, like NFL fans that are diehard like that.
Oh yeah.
You know, well, Green Bay, those cheeseheads. Yeah, dude.
I want to buy a cheesehead and go nuts. Yeah. I'm down. Oh, wait, ever since I saw that 70s show, I was just like, I've always had a respect for the Packers because that's what Red Foreman likes.
Brett Favre is one of my favorite quarterbacks
one of the best
of all time. Aaron Rodgers is probably my favorite quarterback still in the league right now.
And
I mean, Hail Mary King. I mean, a lot of people don't see that. And he's not a Raiders, but he's my favorite quarterback. I love to see him play, and that's just a fan of the sport,
He's admitted to playing on drugs. Like him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, he really is.
You're like, I'm sorry, time out. You say Aaron Rodgers just did what? He's like, oh yeah, I played how many games did we do this year? I was on ayahuasca for like 6 of them. We're like,
yeah.
Which ones? He goes, oh, this one. It's like, you threw like 500 yards. Like, what? He goes, like it's Aaron Rodgers is just doing shit just because he can now. He's growing his hair out, doing ayahuasca, breaking his ankle, and be like, no, I'll come back in 8 weeks.
Dude, how do you even heal that quick?
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, that's the secret. Dude. It was probably never broken. No, he was just high. Yeah. And just thought it was broken. Yeah, he had a bad trip. That's just what it was.
Oh, my. It was just, muscle shut down. His brain is just like, no, dude, you snapped it. Your ACL's gone. It doesn't exist. It's just it's fucking marshmallow puff.
He's probably like, dude, where's my leg? Am I Lieutenant Dan? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably what he was seeing the whole time. It's just a sprain.
That's it, dude. That's the key. That was the secret the entire time. Oh, God damn it. If you could listen to one album forever, what would it be?
That is a hard one,
or a song that you could have on repeat and never get old. Personally, it's "Burn" by Usher.
"Burn" by Usher. There's so many songs that I can listen to over and over. Mm-hmm. This one's a hard one for me. That's a hard question. I still listen to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Okay.
Still do.
Respect.
Schoolboy Q's Blank Faces, to me, is one of the best. This should have been an album. Mm-hmm. It should have been an album.
Was it a mixtape?
It was an LP.
Oh.
Yeah. But the way it was put together, that's an album to me. And then I want to say Kendrick Lamar's Section 80.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is a mixtape, not even an album.
Not even an album, but it still classifies.
But it's, to me, that's also an album.
Yeah.
There's no way it should have been a mixtape.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Those are 3 I respect in its entirety. Say you're with the boys, y'all are drinking, you're about to play Mario Kart, you're talking all this shit, you're about to put money on the line. What character are you picking in Mario Kart?
Depends.
Okay, on?
Depends. What console? What year Mario Kart,
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you know he takes this shit serious. Everyone else is like, oh, Mario, or like Waluigi. He said, I don't know, what console? We'll say GameCube.
GameCube, okay. So GameCube, I'm picking the Red Koopa.
Respect. Okay.
Just because I feel like the Red Koopa gets more red shells. I don't know if it's true.
But back then, games were prone to do stuff like have hidden gems like that.
Yeah, Okay. So that's the reason why.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about on the Switch?
On the Switch, Bones.
Hell yeah.
Bones. Okay. I always try to go with the smallest characters because I feel it's more speed.
And back in the day on the 64?
Toad.
Okay.
Toad. Super Nintendo is going to be Toad also.
Yeah. Toad for both of those.
Yeah.
GameCube, Luigi. Switch, probably still Luigi. If not, maybe Diddy Kong. If it's Double Dash.
Dude, do you remember Diddy Kong Racing?
Dude, of course. I was gonna say you remember Double Dash and Diddy Kong Racing. Those were the.
Oh, that's really what you were about to say.
I was like, I still have the GameCube Double Dash around here somewhere, dude. Like, more. Yeah, I'm about that.
With
shit.
The planes.
Yes, dude.
Like that was. Yeah. Great. My friend Aaron had it. Like I said, I didn't have a 64, nothing. Yeah. Nothing ever like that. But he did.
We had a Sega and
so
a PlayStation.
We went over there. I had a Super Nintendo and that was it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't actually own another game system until I started making money and bought my PlayStation 3.
My mom bought.
So I didn't play video games till then.
The Sega, and then bought a PlayStation 1, and then on Christmas I woke up to a PlayStation 2, and then that was it. And then my buddy, before he went to basic, gave me his Xbox 360 because he bought an Xbox One when they first came out. And then he didn't fucking use it because he went to fucking basic like a dumbass.
Damn.
Yeah, and so then I just played 2K14 on repeat for like 2 years. And then my buddy just got an Xbox One, and I just played off my friends because I had roommates.
I did, in between that, I did have one I had 2 games.
Mm.
And I don't even know how I got them. I think, to be honest, I think they were stolen. I don't know if I stole them or somebody else did.
Yeah.
And they were just there.
That's
But
what
I had Madden 2000 and Quake. So I love Quake.
Damn.
Yeah.
What a deep cut, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. It's like Smuggler's Run. That's what's up. I respect that.
I love Quake. Quake 2 especially. I think the whole series is better than...
In its entirety, yeah.
Well, it's better than Doom and Duke Nukem.
I can agree.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Personally,
I like the gameplay better. I like how everything is well rounded. I respect that. Okay. Nas or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Okay. Can I ask why?
Everything Jay-Z said is
Truth.
I mean, dude doesn't write bars, and you can go to YouTube and people are like, I didn't think that was actually true. And then he got in the studio and just laid it out. Yeah. 1 minute. Okay, and he had a whole verse, you know. Yeah, but not only because of that, like, he's always preached, like, empowering everybody, telling you how the game works, this, and that. Just nobody ever listens to him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, look at when, what's that song? I'm drawing a blank.
444?
It's off the 444.
The big one that got famous.
You know, you're holding money phone to you. Yeah, you know that one. And then how everybody just started dissing him, posting up pictures with money phones and stuff like that. It's OJ.
Oh yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
And but yeah, like everybody was dissing him, but nothing on there was a lie. Yeah, like he's telling you, hey, stop spending your money. Your credit score is a lot better. You want to get wealthy, purchase land, purchase this, and keep it because this is going to give you money in the long run. Those jewelries don't matter. None of that matters.
Yep.
But people hated that so much. And I'm just like, are you guys dumb?
Are you fucking blind? I mean?
Like, yeah, like I get it. Fashion, all that is part of rap.
Yeah, but
you don't need all that at the same time. You're trying to stay rich forever. Like, that's the angle, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What was the best Disney show?
I don't know.
Were you a Nickelodeon kid? Were you not a TV kid growing up?
I was a TV kid. I just didn't have cable.
I respect that. What was the best show back then? Oh, were you PBS and shit like that?
PBS, ABC, One Saturday Morning.
Oh yeah.
What else? W Kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say W Kids.
You know what I mean? Fox Kids.
Yeah.
Fox Kids. Yeah.
What was the best show then like that?
Shaolin Monks.
Oh my. Dude.
Shaolin Showdown. That's what it's called.
Showdown.
Yeah, Shaolin Showdown was
Jackie Chan Adventures.
So Jackie Chan Adventures was legit. Yeah.
Hell yes. Freakazoid was really good.
Freakazoid.
Man, you're the fucking goat.
Man, I'm trying to think of what my actual favorite one was. It's gonna Mucha Lucha. You know what I mean? Like that one was amazing. I love the flea. You know, like it was great. Like it was great.
My man's got solid answers. I respect it. Okay, who is the best Power Ranger?
The Red Ranger.
Okay, which Red Ranger? Just the Red Ranger in general itself.
The first series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's as far as I got in Power Rangers. But to me, that's Rocky especially.
The Red Ranger. Okay, yeah. I respect it. What is the best song to smoke to?
Cypress Hill, I Want to Get High.
Damn. I'm going to say Hits from the Bong. That's all. I respect
Hits from the Bong is good too.
Okay. Where can we find you on TikTok and everywhere else?
All right. So, Sam, I don't know because I'm working on all that. You know what I mean?
Fine.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, all of Danny's stuff will be linked in the description below. Be sure to give him a like, follow, and subscribe on everything that he does on all of his social media. Dude, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, man. It's a pleasure being here. I'm excited. I was excited. My first podcast, man. You know,
really?
Yeah. So you.
Oh, dude. Thank you so much for
hopefully
being here,
I did good.
You did amazing. You did so fucking great. I'm so glad we had. This is like. It's an hour 15 almost for recording right now, so it'll probably be like 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. But like, I truly thank you so much for being here, man. It is a
hey, man, it's no problem. I'm glad to be here.
I'm so excited.
I'm glad it finally happened.
Facts,
you know,
yes, truly.
The fact, man, I'm glad. You know, we'll be working together, you know, a lot more.
Yes.
So
it truly means the world. And I told this to Allison the other day when you called me. Like, it truly meant the world that you were like, yeah, dude, I was listening to the album and I have all these ideas for a music video. Like, I'll call Beam, who's like on the Paradise song. I'll call him and be like, hey, man, I have these ideas for you, music videos and shit like that. It truly meant the world that I had someone else calling me about that.
Yeah. Like I said, I love music. I want to be involved in it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my real passion is still doing what I can to help other people, you know?
Right.
So if I have ideas, whether it's good or bad,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say I'm a genius or nothing like that.
Right.
But I'm going to shoot them out, and maybe we can come up with something even better, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, of course, you know. Plus, your music is dope as fuck, man. Like,
You're the best, man.
shit's great. How can I not be excited to do something with it, you know?
You're the best. Truly, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Doug Talks. I'm your host, Dougie McDoubles, and beside me is one of my favorite guests of all time, Danny. Thank you so much for coming to the podcast. Thank you so much for meeting the cats. Thank you so much for answering all these questions and telling me your life story and just shooting the shit with me, man. It's been a minute since we've seen each other, and it truly was a great time.
It was, man. It was.
You're the absolute best. Ladies and gentlemen, please drink plenty of water. Be safe. Have a great night. Bye.